Hi folks, thanks for watching this video. 2-3 weeks ago I said I would give a review on the Knox Pro Urbane gloves. I won them in a competition, as the previous video said. Hadn't had a chance to wear them at that point. I've now worn them, and my thoughts are, start really good. They are exceptionally comfortable. The palm sort of side of things, I can't really say differs from any other glove. You've got leather, you've got suede, you've got the Knox protection system. The palm side is brilliant. The other side predominantly is neoprene, although there are sort of leather flashes here and there. So it's neoprene on that side. Now, when I went out the other day, it was 15 degrees centigrade. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's not overly warm, but it's a pretty warm day in Scotland. And I must admit, for the first little while, first few miles, especially once I jumped on the motorway, I actually found my hands or my fingers were cold. Now, I don't know if that was maybe my fingers were cold prior to putting the gloves on and they didn't heat up, or whether it was obviously with all the ventilation in them they got cold. I'm not quite sure. What I did find was I put them away. I got to where I was heading up to Crieff. I got to where I was heading and it started to rain, and that's where I encountered possibly the only issue I've got with the gloves. There's nothing to clear away rain from your visor and your helmet. This bit seems to be neoprene, and neoprene doesn't seem to be very good at sort of clearing water from your visor. Won't be an issue for people maybe on a naked bike, because you turn your head, the wind will blow your rain off your visor. The bike I ride, with the screen I've got, any sort of wind I'm getting would be above the visor, so I have to sort of stand up to clear rain off my visor that way. Simply, you could buy one of these wee rubber bits that go on a finger, and that would solve the issue. I think they're about £5, grossly expensive for what they are, but they work usually quite well. That would work. That was the only issue I had. So I'd taken my other summer gloves, which are Brian Sampson police gloves, which does have a wiper blade on the thumb of that one. So I put them on until maybe about lunchtime that day, and I went a wee sort of run all over sort of lower Highland Scotland. When it got to about lunchtime, the temperature gauge current of the motorcycle was up to about 17, and I was starting to get a bit too hot hand wise with the Brian Sampson police summer gloves. So I thought I'd give these another try, and the sort of showers had went away. It was still overcast, but it was dry, and I wore these, and I've got to say the ventilation on them and stuff worked well. It cooled my hands down. They were great. No complaints. Very comfortable to wear, exceptionally comfortable, and I really liked them. The only downside, as I say, is it doesn't have something on any of the fingers to clear away rainwater from, or rain residue from your visor of your helmet. If it had that, it'd be near perfect as a summer glove, I think. But these are certainly a lot cooler than the leather other summer gloves I've got. Though saying that, in fairness, I could probably wear them I could probably wear them in winter, to be perfectly honest. They don't have a thermal lining as such, but they do have outlast in them, so if your hands are hot, they keep you hot. If your hands are cool, they keep you cool. But back to the Knox. Very good gloves. Are they worth £100? What's £100 these days? I had the Knox Handroid Mark III's prior to me getting the Brian Sampson gloves, and they were obviously very good, very well made, great armour. They're not summer gloves, they're more racing gloves. What I found with them though was they were just a bit bulky and a bit pretentious. So I wanted something a bit plainer. Now, had I spent my own money on these, I'd be relatively happy. They were good. I'm not quite sure I would have spent £100 on them. It's your money. If you live in a warm climate, or you only ride totally in the summer, where it's relatively warm, again I'm talking temperatures 17 degrees, not exactly 17 degrees centigrade, not roasting, not amazingly hot, warm enough. And these were very good. From the Knox range, I would probably buy their black leather glove. I think it's the Orca, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. If I was looking at a Knox glove. But that is from a Scotsman who lives in Scotland, where, again, today I was out on the bike again today, and I took my other gloves that have the wiper sort of facility, because it looked like we might run into a shower, and we didn't just run into a shower, we ran into what turned out to be like a monsoon. And not only would these probably got very wet, I would probably have had to stop, because I wouldn't have been able to wipe the rain from my visor of my helmet. Again, as I say, a £5 will buy one of the things that go on the sort of finger bit, and it just sits there and you just wipe it. You know, a £5's not a huge amount. I think it's a little bit, again, I'm not sure who Knox are marketing these for. They might be marketing these for climates where it's not going to rain. You know it's not going to rain. Certainly UK wise, I'm not sure we have that facility. Maybe my English friends down the road maybe do, but certainly in Scotland you could go out and there could be not a cloud in the sky 1 minute and soaked 10 minutes later. However, but as I said earlier, the palm side is very much just like a normal routine, any motorcycle glove, any good motorcycle glove, with the benefit of the Knox protection system. Basically, I think I covered it in my last video, but if you go down the road, these bits are the bits that are likely to hit the asphalt, and they will slide, rather than your hand hitting it and tumbling and obviously breaking bones. These will slide down the road, so hopefully meaning you have less injuries. The exterior is the neoprene type stuff with obviously extra armour. And these hexagon stuffs, whilst it's fully flexible, I think would give you quite a lot of padding in there as well. But that would give you quite a bit of protection if that bit went down on the ground. And then you've got sort of knuckle bits here as well that help protect you. So if you're after a summer glove, I can highly recommend these, especially if you're riding, you know, sort of in excess of 17 degrees. As I said earlier, 15 degrees in the morning, my fingers got cold. Almost to the point, not quite, but almost to the point that I was thinking putting the heated grips on. Now whether that was, as I said, it might have been that my hands were cold prior to putting the gloves on, and you know, these won't retain heat as such. it could be that. I don't have great circulation in my fingers sometimes, so it could be me that had the issue rather than the gloves. But certainly 17, 18 degrees later on in the day, my hands were getting quite warm in the other summer gloves I had. Uncomfortable warm, yeah, probably a little bit. Put these on, and within 5 minutes the airflow through this section, these sections of the glove, mean my hands were nice and cool, and as I say, very comfortable to wear. Done a good couple of 100 miles in them. Very happy to have them in my arsenal of clothing. As I sort of said, summer gloves aren't my sort of forte. I'm too tight to have. I won't buy a mesh jacket for the 2 days a year that would be great to have a mesh jacket. You know, I would rather use my leather jacket, just open the zip a bit. Obviously, you know, I'm not a millionaire. I don't have tons of money to spend on motorcycle gear. I try and buy the best that I can afford, but I also try and find bargains as well. So I probably wouldn't spend my own money on these, simply because I wouldn't buy a one season glove normally, and if I did, I probably wouldn't spend £100. Saying that, if I was a millionaire, yeah, I probably would. If money was no issue, I probably would have these, because I've found them really comfortable so far. Anyway, hopefully that helps if you're having a wee look or think about these. I can highly recommend them. Only downside, as I say, is the fact that it doesn't have anything to wipe away any sort of rain from your visor. To me it's an oversight, but maybe to Knox it's just for a market they're not intending it for. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Thank you.